All right, a big day today as the American people will get more answers into the insurrection at the Capitol on January 6, 2021.
After an 11-month investigation and more than 1,000 interviews, the Jan.6 committee investigating the deadly riot is now set to release its findings tonight, the first in a series of televised public hearings.
A member of the committee, Representative Elaine Luria of Virginia, says it's important for people to see how much effort went into trying to stop the certification of the 2020 election results.
The truth of it is that I know I'm doing the right thing. I know I'm doing something very important to document a very tragic day in our country. And if on the other end that were to mean I didn't get reelected, really the most important thing to me is that I was able to do this work and be able to be part of getting to the bottom.
Newsy congressional correspondent Stephanie Liebergen is standing by live at the Capitol with more on what we can expect today. Hey, Stephanie.
Hey, Lindsay, good morning. Well, the committee is promising new information tonight and never before seen video, saying a vast majority of the material that they present tonight is going to be unseen. So we're expecting the hearing tonight to be a combination of member statements that will be led largely by the chair, Benny Thompson, and vice chair, Liz Cheney. We're also going to get a presentation of video and document materials. We'll see some recorded depositions of the hundreds of people that the committee has interviewed as part of this process. Then we're also going to have two live witnesses. One of those witnesses, Caroline Edwards, is a Capitol police officer. She was involved and witnessed the initial breach of the Capitol, actually received a traumatic brain injury in that initial breach and stayed and continued to patrol the Capitol throughout the insurrection. The second witness we'll have tonight is Nick Quested, a documentary filmmaker who was capturing and recording the events of the day. Now, this 9-member committee, remember, just 2 of them are Republicans, but they're all really on the same side, trying to get to the truth, trying to get to the bottom of what led to the insurrection on January 6th last year. So I'm not expecting the partisan antic and rhetorics that we often hear in these big committee hearings, with Republicans and Democrats often taking a completely different tact and presenting a different side of information. I'd expect all 9 committee members to really be on the same side tonight. Representative Jamie Raskin, one of the Democrats on the committee, said that viewers will need to be able to follow 2 intersecting storylines.
One will be an attempt to overturn a presidential election illegitimately, and that's a harrowing story in itself, but the other will be the sequence of events leading up to a violent mob attack on the Capitol to stop the counting of electoral college votes and block the peaceful transfer of ballots.
Now, according to committee aides, they say the threat to democracy is something that's still ongoing and definitely something of concern that the members will talk about, that we'll hear about through the series of upcoming hearings. But these committee aides also stressed the investigation isn't over. It is still ongoing. This is just going to be the beginning of their presentation of information, just kind of their initial findings, and the hearing tonight should set up what to expect in the future handful of hearings that we are expecting. We do know the date of the next 2 hearings, both Monday and Wednesday next week. Those hearings are not going to be in prime time. They're going to start at 10 o'clock in the morning. So I'd expect today's prime time hearing maybe be a little shorter, a little more pre-produced than, the hearings next week, likely to be a little bit longer, being in the typical daytime hours that we see these hearings happening.